back to my channel. So before I get started, let me just go ahead and just mention my voice. I'm so sorry about the way I sound right now, and I have a sinus infection, and so my body's been kind of out of whack the past day or two, but I didn't want to not film a video for you guys. So basically this video will be a bit of a chit chat, get ready with me. I honestly don't really have a set look and or a set topic to discuss, but I wanted it to just be very, very informal. Kind of just talk through, like, I guess some things that I've been feeling lately, what's going on with me and things like that. So first and foremost, I'm priming my skin with the Becca Ever Matte Primer. I have to go ahead, and you guys know I always use this to help mattify my face and control the oil. I actually recently got some new goodies from the BALM Cosmetics, and if you follow me on Instagram, you guys saw that I got their new Nude Volume 2 palette, as well as their brand new Ferocious brow pencils, and they come in the shade blonde, dark brown, and light brown. And I wanted to try these out because you guys know I love a good brow pencil, and I just want to see how they are. So I'm going to take the shade light brown and see how that works on my brows. So I'm going to start off with Grwm Fab first, and then kind of talk about like me and G95 and blah blah blah. Okay, so the status on Grwm Fab is that we are currently on a hiatus. I know it sounds crazy because it hasn't been too long since I first launched. I launched it back in September, so it hasn't been that long. But the reason why I am on a hiatus, and if you follow my vlog channel, you may have an idea of like what's going on. But basically, long story short is that I have mentioned that I am working on something with my sister, and basically like her moving closer to me, kind of like, I don't know what I'm trying to say. Basically like her moving closer to me is actually the reason why Grwm Fab is on pause, if that makes sense. So my sister and I have been talking for forever about doing something together, but there is so much uncertainty about like where they would end up with my brother-in-law looking for a job. And so that's why we kind of decided to do our own thing. I did Grwm Fab, she was gonna do her own thing, and you know, we're gonna be okay. But with her moving closer, we were like, this would be the perfect time to do something together. So after a lot of soul searching, a lot of praying, a lot of trying to figure it out, I've decided to put Grwm Fab on pause for now. I may actually transition the brand to be something else. So that idea is still there, and it actually may come to fruition, but we'll see. But I told Dion that like I would rather succeed at one thing rather than half do two things, if that makes sense. And so basically it came down to either doing Grwm Fab or doing the business with my sister, and the one with her just made more sense. I was actually in the process of kind of like transitioning Grwm Fab to a different lane anyways, so it was gonna already be changing, but it kind of just came to a point where I was like, okay, well, the things that I'm changing I could just go ahead and do with her, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's kind of on hiatus right now, if that makes sense. And I know you guys probably like, her, like, you just started it, why are you taking a break already? And if you are saying that, then I completely agree, just, you know. But the beauty of, you know, your 20s and the beauty of, you know, taking chances and doing things is that you kind of figure out as you go, like, okay, this is working, this is not working, I'd rather do this. You know, like, I'm not perfect, okay? And this is my first like go at entrepreneurship, you guys, so it's like I'm kind of figuring things out as I go, if that makes sense. And that's honestly like what I'm doing. Like even now, like, I'm kind of just winging it. You know, your 20s is all about winging it basically, and that's kind of like what I'm doing. Is I'm just really winging it and just figuring it out. Now I'm gonna go ahead and take my MAC Studio Finish Concealer in the shade NC42 and just line my brows. So anyways, yeah, that ties into the time management portion. Don't think it's as easy. It's definitely not as easy as it looks. Now you'll find a lot of YouTubers, you know, that do YouTube full time and things like that. Like that has to be, I mean, I'm sure that is, you know, a whole lot easier, you know, but people don't realize how difficult it is to build a big enough following to basically make enough money from YouTube to live off of it. actually, I don't know if I ever even quit my job for YouTube, but if it ever came down to it, I would never quit my job until I made as much as I make at my 9 to 5, and I make a good sum of money. So, you know, it takes, like I said, you don't realize how difficult it is to make as much to live off of. Whenever you have a 9 to 5 and you do YouTube and you do other stuff like I do, time becomes so sacred, and I'm not even kidding y'all. So it's like you have your 9 to 5, which already takes up a chunk of time during the day. Then you have to figure out how to film, okay? But on YouTube you have to be consistent, so you gotta film at least like 2-3 videos a week, okay? So aside from 9 to 5, you have to figure out how to squeeze in filming 2-3 videos, editing those 3 videos, plus, you know, brainstorming new ideas, you know, posting on social media, because that's part of your job also, because it, you know, ups your engagement. It's just a lot, and it can easily become so overwhelming. I'm gonna go in with my Maybelline Super Stay Foundation in the shade Choppy Caramel, and apply this to my face, and then of course blend it in. Yeah, but it can honestly, guys, become so overwhelming, and that's why, like, these days, like, I have no problem taking a step back and taking a break. Like, if I feel overwhelmed, or if I feel like I'm lost, or like work is taking over my life, I will take a break and just step back and like not post on social media for, you know, a week or two, not post a video for a week or two, just to recuperate, because it can be overwhelming. It really, really can. Again, especially if you have a 9 to 5, because think about it, all of your downtime is still spent working, you know? Because filming is work, editing is work, social media becomes work, you know? And so it becomes to a point to where, like, you start to feel like your whole entire life is work, and like you don't have time to enjoy anything else. And then once I get to that point, that's when I take a break. Like, once I feel like, okay, I'm not enjoying my life, that's when I take a break. Because I'm all about, you know, like, I have a really strong work ethic, so I don't mind working. Like, I can work, you know, all day if I need to. So that isn't my problem. My problem is when I get to the point where I feel like I'm not taking time out for myself. Especially my husband. Like, whenever I feel like him and I aren't hanging out because I'm stuck, you know, editing videos to 2 o'clock in the morning, or I'm filming on the weekends and we can't go out on date night or whatever, like, that's, like, once I get to that point, I'm like, nah. I'll take a step back, shut down, and recuperate. Because at that point, you know, you've gotten sucked in. And while, you know, it is important to stay consistent, and while it is, you know, important to post regularly and this and that, you know, life is also important. You know, no amount of money can make up for the time, you know, the time that you have now, because you never know what's gonna happen tomorrow. Now, I'm a strong believer in that too. You never know what's gonna happen tomorrow, so you might as well go and enjoy the time that you're given now, you know, and make use of it, you know what I'm saying? Okay, now I'm gonna take the Maybelline Instant Age Rewind in the shade Golden and apply this under my eyes. I guess under my eyes, bridge of my nose, forehead, and my Cupid's bow area. So yeah, that's why it's so important, honestly, to manage your time. Like, I've gotten to the point to where I kind of have started basically planning out every day. Honestly, I plan out the time I wake up, what am I doing to wake up. I plan my lunch break stop, because I always make use of my lunch breaks. That's like a key. That's like, the mornings and my lunch breaks are, to me, have been the most important pieces to plan, because if I can get up early and edit before I start work, and then during my lunch break I can film or I can edit another video, you know, that honestly is what helps, you know, make everything kind of balance a little bit better, is whenever I utilize my downtime. Now, I try at night, it doesn't always happen, but I try at night to be done working by like 8:30, 9 o'clock. And the reason why is because by that time my husband's home, you know, dinner is cooked, either he cooked it or I cooked it. And that's like our time for ourselves, you know. He has to study for school, just like I have to work, you know, for my job or for YouTube or for whatever. And so it's important for us to make sure that we have time to decide for us to enjoy each other's company. And so that's why I say that around like 8:30, 9 o'clock, that's when we kind of try to unplug and at least give ourselves, you know, a good hour or two, just kind of, you know, hang out, catch up, we'll sit on the couch and watch a movie, or like watch our favorite shows together, or like just kind of catch up on our day, talk. Those are like the important things that really, again, help balance the day out. Because I couldn't imagine like work, and I've done it before, like to where I've worked literally from sun up to sundown and not had time for my husband, not had time, you know, for anything else, and just worked all day and did that for days at a time. And you get burnt out so fast. You get burnt out really, really fast. Little things like that is like what really helps balance you out, honestly. Okay, now I'm gonna go in and take a little bit of the RCMA No Color Powder and apply that to the areas that I just highlighted. I'm gonna first press it out to make sure that there's no creases underneath my eye before I set. Same on the other side. Kind of smooth out the under eye before I set it to make sure there's no creasing. Now I'm going to take the MAC Mineral Skin Finish in the shade Dark and just apply this all over my face to set that foundation. Okay, and I'm also going to go in with the MAC Mineral Skin Finish in the shade Dark Deep and apply this to the perimeter of my face to bronze and warm up the skin. Okay, now to contour, I'm going to take the BALM bronzer in the shade Grwm. It was one of the ones that they sent for the Take Home the Bronze bronzer collection, and just apply this to the hollow points of my cheekbone, just right in there. I really do like these pencils, you guys. I love the consistency of it. They're not super waxy and not very creamy, so they won't rub off, you know, very easily. They're very, very pigmented. They apply super easily. They're also really blendable, so like whenever I go in and kind of brush up, like I've had pencils where it kind of just sits there and they don't really blend into the brow. But here, like whenever I go through and smooth it out with the spoolie, it looks really, really nice and natural. So I like these pencils, you guys. I'm gonna go ahead and move on to the eyes for now, and I'll finish off the highlight and blush and all that later on. I'm gonna take my MAC Lano Paint Pot and just a small stippling brush and apply this to my eyelids. Okay, and then today I'm gonna play with the BALM Nude Dude Volume 2 palette, which, you guys, I am obsessed with these shades. You guys, I just love these tones. Like, look at those really pretty plum shades. There's a nice mix of metallic and mattes in there. Just a really nice overall palette to kind of create a bunch of different looks, which I am really, really liking. Okay, so first I'm gonna take the shade Flawless, which is right here. It's like a soft brown shade, and apply this in the crease, of course. I'm actually applying it and blending it in towards the nose here. So I'm applying it on the outer corner and then blending it inward to just create a nice crease shape. Okay, so outside of business and, you know, planning and things like that, another thing that has been on my mind really hard lately, you guys, is relationships. And I really mean more so friendships, but just, I guess, relationships in general. And I want to explain what I mean. Okay, so I have, you know, a small circle of friends. I have a lot of associates, but I only have a small circle of friends. They're different. You know how you realize that, like, there are certain friends that you may have that, like, whenever you talk to them, it's only because you reached out to them. You know what I'm saying? It's only because you reached out to them, because you're checking on them, you're trying to see how they're doing. You know, it's always you know, extending the olive branch. And I have realized that I have some friendships like that. And it has really, like, not gonna say it hurt me, but it's one of those things where, like, these people that I love, and I'm not gonna stop, you know, loving them. I'm not gonna stop, you know, being their friend. But there are people that I have in my life that I have noticed that don't put the same energy into our friendship or relationship as I do to them. First of all, let me stop real quick. I'm gonna take the shade Feisty, which is now like a rosy pink shade, and apply this in the crease, but kind of like right under where I applied Flawless. Okay, so there's only 1, 2, 3, 4 matte shades in here to work with, so there's not a whole lot of matte choices, but because of all the shimmer shades, you can easily mix and match the matte shades to make them work with a bunch of different looks, if that makes sense. So, like, I love their color selection. Their color selection is really, 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 really nice. Now I'm gonna take the shade Friendly, which is a really pretty deep plum shade, and it's apply that to the outer crease area, but I'm gonna take a smaller brush just so it won't get everywhere, and it's apply this like the outer V area. Woo! Y'all see that? That is pigmented. Oh my gosh. So anyways, yeah, like, I've realized a lot of my friendships and relationships that I have are one-sided. And once you realize that, I don't know, it does something to you, because it makes you realize that, like, you know, maybe I'm not as important to them as I thought. And I'm not saying that these people don't care for me, because I'm sure they do, but I think people forget that everyone has a life. Everyone has stuff going on, you know what I'm saying? And I feel like people forget that they can't use the whole, oh, I have blank going on, or I have, you know, a kid, or I have, you know, this job that works along, you know, that work long hours. You know, everyone has stuff going on. I mean, I feel like I don't want to like say I'm like the busiest person in the world, 'cause I'm not, but I feel like I have a crap ton of stuff going on. And me and Dion were actually talking about this the other day, because we're both people who like to foster and maintain relationships. We're both the friends that'll reach out to you and check on how you're doing. We're both people that'll be there whenever you need help, but you know, not all of our friends are good friends. You know what I'm saying? I've talked to you guys before about how you can't expect others to do things the way that you would do them. It makes you really think and really evaluate, you know? You know, like if the only time I see you is whenever I travel to your city, making a point to hang out with you, you know, that's a problem. And I feel like everyone makes time for what they want to make time for. And it's just, I don't know. It just makes you think, you know? Oh my gosh, I love that shade. I'm gonna take the shade Fine here, which is a shimmer dark brown. Also very, very pigmented. And apply this to the inner and outer corner. I'm gonna do a halo eye. It's so weird because in the palette, this looks brown and this looks purple, but whenever I apply it, it actually has like a bit of like a blue undertone, and it's so pretty. Like this palette is low-key everything. It is so pretty. I'm gonna go ahead and blend out those edges, make sure that there's no harsh lines. Center of the lid, I'm gonna take my flat shader brush, spray with some Fix Plus, and then I'm gonna take the shade Flirty, which is this really pretty like shimmer purple shade. Okay, now for the brow bone, I'm gonna take the shade Fearless, which is this soft cream shade right here, and apply this to the top points of my brow, and then just blend this out one more time. So I'm gonna leave the eyes alone for now. I'm gonna go ahead and apply a blush and highlight, and also contour my nose. I'm gonna take my contour brush if I can find it. I'm gonna take the shade Toni in that same bronzer collection from the BALM, and apply it to my nose. I'm gonna go ahead and spray my face with Fix Plus, just gonna get rid of all of the powderiness of the powders and of the foundation. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and set my brows with the L'Oreal Telescopic Mascara. Give us a nice like natural brow hair stroke effect. This is a highlighter from the BALM. It's the Manizer highlighter. Looks like this. I don't know if it'll be too light for my skin tone, but we will try it out and see. And just apply it to high points of my cheekbones. Ooh, okay, that's intense. Let me go ahead and take a brush and comb that down. Other side. I'm gonna take a pointed brush for my nose. And can't forget the Cupid's bow. Okay, that Luminizer, y'all, is intense in a good way. You can just go ahead and just, you know, use the powder brush to tone it down afterwards. Okay, I'm gonna take my NYX Wonder Pencil in the shade Light. And just apply this to my lower lash line, my waterline. And I'm gonna skip to blush real quick just to apply a little bit of color on the cheekbones. I'm gonna take the MILANI Coral Cove blush. I have been loving this one lately for a nice flush of color. Now I'm gonna smudge that shade Flawless and then Friendly under the lower lash line. I'm gonna first take Flawless first because it is a soft brown shade and I want that to definitely kind of help to diffuse the shadow. And as you can see, I'm taking a flat definer brush, kind of just stamping that color like right along the lower lash line, like right where my lashes are. Now I'm taking that same flat fluffy brush that we applied the color into the inner and outer corner and just blending out that color on the lower lash line. So for lips, I think that a really pretty metallic lip would be perfect for this look. So I'm gonna take my Nightmoth MAC lip liner and apply this to my lips. And then for the lips, I'm gonna take this really pretty, a more matte metallic lip cream from MILANI. It is the shade The Ultimate. And it's a really pretty metallic purple shade. I'm gonna just take this and apply this all over the center of the lip, or all over the lips. Oh, this combo, y'all, is everything. I love this. I'm taking the Luminizer, a Mary Luminizer highlighter. I'll find it right in the center. You see the dimension? You see how it adds like a little bit of, you know, like makes the center of the lips pop? That's what I wanted. There we go. Yeah, that's pretty. Okay, so those are the lips. So now I'm gonna go ahead and apply my lashes. I'm gonna take my Diva Lash in the style D105. Look like this, really nice and full and flirty. They're gorgeous. And I'm gonna take this with my House of Lashes lash glue. You know that saying that says if you wanna see who your real friends are, start a business? That is like the epitome. I mean, that, like, y'all, that is the truth. And it doesn't even have to be like a real business. Honestly, it can be like any kind of side hustle, any kind of hobby, any kind of anything. But if your friends don't support you, or don't even say congratulations, don't even say, you know, don't purchase anything from you, don't, like, you know, don't even acknowledge what you did, you know, take mental note, you know. Just take mental note of that. Just like also whenever you have friends that try to make you feel bad for having other things to do, or friends that make you feel bad because you have to work, or because you have to, you know, do this shoot for your brand, or because you have to, you know, film this video. You know, friends that basically make you feel bad for having other things to do. No, like if they ask you, you know, do you want to go hang out, and you're like, no, I have to do this for my business or whatever, and they make you feel bad for that. Check those friends too, like, you know, just keep a close eye on your friends, you know what I'm saying? Like, and I've been learning that a lot recently, and still am, and it honestly still surprises me to this day, like how people can be, and like how unfriendly your friends can be, if that makes sense. Y'all gonna see, I'm telling you. Anyways, that's my spiel. I'm gonna go ahead and pop on these lashes off camera, fix my hair up and all that kind of stuff, and I'll be right back with the final look. Alrighty guys, so after you have gone ahead and applied your falsies, touch up any areas that need to be touched up, and also applied your mascara and all that good stuff, here is the final look. I hope you guys enjoyed this chit chat, get ready with me. I know it's kind of all over the place, but I love kind of just sitting down and just like venting to you guys, because you guys are my family, and so I figured why not keep you guys up to date on like what's going on. I really like this look, you guys, and I hope that you guys enjoyed it as well. If you guys have any questions at all on anything that I mentioned throughout the video, go ahead and let me know. And everything that I used, I feel like that I used that was new, I honestly give it a thumbs up. I mainly use new goodies from the BALM, but like the brow pencils look great. The palette, you guys know I love this one. And the Luminizer, look at this, look at this. It's intense, so do it with the light hand, but it still is absolutely gorgeous. As you can see, it's definitely very brown girl friendly, so thumbs up to the BALM, you guys. They're coming through. So if you guys enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, and I will catch you guys in my next video. Bye guys.